Alright, where's my metal plate?
Good morning and welcome back to the interior of the seed room. We got this magnificent cookie wall up behind us just yesterday. And now it's time to slap some mortar up, so that's what we're working on next.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you had a hole in it.
But you can't actually wear that.
What does it look like?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like peanut butter. No, I mean the consistency's great.
Is that too thin?
Too thin?
If you ask me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I guess we're going a little.
It's holding.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need another bucket, but we don't really know how any of this is gonna go, so there's no, man, I literally don't know how to like slap it on there. Maybe a little bit. It's better not to get more tool-free, because then they're gonna be,
Might be a little wet, yeah.
not doing a good job. You didn't see that? We'll have to just get it all in there, try to come back and smooth it out if we see it's like a little funky looking.
What about the piping tool?
The joiner tool?
No, the piping bag we bought?
I like cottages, old English cottages. It's probably like my favorite style of home.
I like more like suburban homes.
I like industrial too.
Man, this is like the hardest part right here, huh?
I knew it'd be easier to do if we had less tight spaces, but we ended up pretty.
Just put a couple spoonfuls in here.
Wow, you're piping, huh?
Are you joking me? This is way easier.
Dang, I saw videos on it. It's a really commonly used tool for like a, look at you! Look at you go! That's how you do it, you just gotta do the whole wall now.
It's not easy. I think even cut this tip a little bigger, because I'm really having to.
Oh, cut the tip bigger then. Can you do this
The baker's
too?
here.
This kind of stuff?
Peter Piper.
Oh no, we're already on this out, huh?
Got a fire going in the shop, and the in-floor heating has officially shut off because the fire has heated it up to 66 degrees in here. We're just burning some of the old wood cookies that we didn't need. And we're starting to get the hang of things in here, but unfortunately it's just one of those projects that requires hard work and a lot of time. We're about, I don't know, maybe a fifth of the way done, but we do have this really cool grout bag, I believe it's called, and it's like a piping bag for doing a cake. And you mix some mortar up in here, semi-wet so it goes through, but check it out, it works pretty awesome.
Did you ever think you were gonna pipe, hun?
Yeah, I know. Ever since I was a child. Oh, my hand.
If you want me to do the big spots, I could do them. You can just...
I do, yeah. Come on, come on. Come on! Oh, this is so hard to squeeze now. Oh, yeah, there's a little grit stuck in there. Whoa. I know what love is.
save the dance for me when we're done with the room? When they were just barely finished with the trip, they're like just saying how they're already thinking about their next adventure.
Yeah.
But that's like, we don't even sit and savor what we do, we just move on, we just.
I haven't even enjoyed this shop one day of my life.
You have to twist it?
You have to keep the back tight and then.
There's legitimately no way I can do this. Like, I don't know if you thought that was funny, let me try, or?
I'm gonna look like Popeye when this thing's done. Oh, you know what I should have said? It's time to put the icing on the cookies. Can we redo that? Okay, you're reaching way too high. Let's bring it in.
No, babe, I want to get to a certain area.
Okay.
Trying to get on my good side?
Am I on your bad side?
No.
We'll probably use 9 bags of mortar.
Yeah, so 8 was a really good.
We only had 8.5, so we had to get more anyways. Am I good? I'm good.
Oh, you're gonna do this in there.
Oh, I didn't put myself in.
You try that?
Yeah, go down a little. You're gonna hit the top.
Literally, probably the perfect height.
Oh, it's gonna be.
No, it's the perfect height. Probably shimmy us over this way just here. 6 inches. I was supposed to say,
I get that. Yeah, I get it.
You ready for me to talk?
Yeah, don't mind my groaning in the background.
Well, we're turning this dream into reality, and Eric is a beast. He's making it happen. I don't think he's in great shape right now.
No, I'm not.
Piping. I'm doing quite a bit better. I'm really enjoying the process. And we've got some music playing. It's just really cool to see it actually happen. I figured it would be an appropriate time to tell you some of my inspiration, and I don't even know where I truly first saw this. I have seen cookie walls, is at least what I refer to it a lot. Online, I've seen pictures of them. I know when we went to our bank one time, they had some wood slabs on their back wall. I think I had already seen it by then, and there was a lodge not too far away from us that had this beautiful cookie wall behind their fireplace or their wood stove, I believe. Not sure if it had mortar in between the pieces, but it was just gorgeous, and I have pretty much wanted to do one of these for several years now. In my researching of this, I came along cordwood construction or cordwood masonry, which I don't think that this is inspired from that, but it's basically where you take like byproducts of wood. So think like if you have an end or a butt piece of a log, and you can actually build buildings or structures from that, and you kind of use these little like scrap pieces and you put mortar in between them. And mortar is cement, lime, and sand. But for cordwood, if you're doing one of those buildings, you'll usually put sawdust into the mix too. But it's really fascinating if you ever get a chance to look it up. Ours is definitely just more of a art purpose. I'm not sure that it's quite functional. I want to say it's going to be a little bit water resistant. Eric wanted me to say that it is definitely a pretty huge feat for one day, but we are going to get it done, even if we leave here at 10 o'clock at night. We clock out.
Where are we going at 10 o'clock?
I know, I don't know really what I meant by that one, but.
I don't quite get it, so.
I'll probably look it up. So I was just thinking. I wanted to see how hard this was right here, but. Finished up at 11 o'clock last night, and the cookie wall is done or almost done. You can see there's some mortar on each of these cookies. We figured out a good solution to get it off. We're going to be sanding them and just kind of cleaning them up before we seal the whole wall. That's a really dirty one. Got my coffee in my hand. Got another cup in the other. Would you like to hear my song? Oh, I just asked if you'd like to hear my song. Going to the shop, yeah. Gonna check my cookie wall.
Wow.
Got my coffee in my hand.
Is that what you ordered?
You know it. Moon fry.
That's what you got? Look at this.
Yeah.
Those are
small.
beautiful. They give us a huge sticker too.
It's nice and hot if you want any. Pretty badass.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's kind of dark in here, hon.
It is.
I mean, not the stuff, but it's dark. I mean,
It's beautiful.
she's getting there. She's almost dry. She should be lighter, right?
She'll get lighter than that, I would think.
Because we're
It's
looking.
still wet. The concrete.
This is mortar.
The mortar, it's still wet.
That's not quite that color yet.
It's getting there. Oh, it's beautiful. Man, it looks crazy.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say I'd do it again, but I do
Good.
like the way
My
it looks.
hands are still in pain.
How do they
Looks
look?
good.
How do they
Looks
look
good.
now?
Just, it's like abrasions. It's weird.
It's been about 48 hours since we started the mortar, and we got the cookies, I don't know, spruced up yesterday. That took a little while. And we sealed the mortar. So instead of the combination that we used on the cookies, we used just tung oil and mineral spirits. That's going to evaporate over time as the mortar dries. And it's still a little like
Wet, almost cold and wet.
it's still curing. I think it takes a long time, but we're pretty thrilled with the overall look.
Yeah, pretty happy with the way this one turned out. At the beginning, when we were having all these troubles and all these problems, I was like, man, maybe we should just do something else. But I'm glad we didn't. This thing looks awesome. On the agenda for today is planing and staining. That's it.
We've got a lot of boards to do, and Eric had a good idea.
Okay, I didn't get you. All the way back. Right there. Go on top. Crazy world we're living in these days, folks. Less than a week ago, it was 58 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit, and today we're sitting at 17 degrees above 0. It feels like insanely warm out here. We're living in the tropics today. Planing inside the shop, I don't like it. I don't recommend it. Dust is everywhere. It's just a mess. So we decided, since it was so warm, we're gonna bring the planer outside and just let the dust fly. So we've got the generator, we've got the planer ready to go, and we've got our huge stack of 1x. So this is gonna be all of our interior siding. Ceiling, walls, whatever. This is what we're using. We milled this on the sawmill in the fall, and then it's been in the shop for a couple months drying out. We're at 6 inches this way by 1 inch. Those are kind of approximate dimensions there since we did cut them on the sawmill. And it's beautiful wood as is, but since we're going for interior, we want this to look nice. So we're gonna plane it down and get a nice smooth surface. And we're also planing it to exactly 3/4 of an inch. That way when we put them on the wall, they're all kind of like seamless and they look good. But that's that. Let's run some boards through and see how the planer's working today. Some wood. Let's see what we're doing here. That's what I was saying, it's like that.
It's like literally, it's not broken, it's just missing something.
Oh no, it's right there, I see it.
Oh, where?
It's right there behind the thing. Right here.
That's what we're working with, folks. What is it? Can you see it? You can't see that. Yeah, I thought that it was making like a fireworks show too.
Alright, what size is that? We've been using a planer to smooth out our wood for about a year now, and it's become a pretty cool tool to have. There are some like little quirks or mishaps that happen quite a bit with it, but so far it's running good today. And the way a planer works is it's got 2 rollers that bring the board through, and then it's got a blade that spins the opposite way and kind of cuts it down to where you want it. And there's a gauge on the side, and it tells you exactly how high or how low you're gonna cut. That's controlled with this knob up here. You have to turn it a lot just to go a little ways. This is a 13-inch planer, so it can take boards that are 13 inches wide. And how high does it go? This one goes about 6 1/4 inches tall. And the way we like to do it is we start kind of high, and then we just go down a little bit and take a little bit off each time. If you put a board through and you try to take off like too much at once, it'll jam up in there and you're gonna ruin your board. We've got a little bit under 50 boards to do today.
Back, but do you want the color? Or do you want...
Doesn't matter, man.
How'd the old one look?
It looked decent. It was definitely dull when you compare it to a brand new one. That's the old one right there.
That's the new one?
That's an old one. Quick blade change. Well, not quick. This takes a while to do. There's 3 of them on here, and you can flip these blades around so you get like twice the use out of them. Unfortunately, we already did that to this one. Ran into a piece of wood out there that was really wet for some reason, and this thing just started jamming up. So if we do this blade change now, I think we can get through the rest of the project. I put it on backwards, and I just put it back on. So I have to take the whole entire thing apart again.
Do you remember when you did that with our augers one time? We were fishing for pike that day. That was like 4 years ago.
Just when things were going so good with this planer, you know what I mean? So it looks, honestly looks like...
I'm just hoping there's some easy solution.
Oh shoot, look at that.
What?
Our fan
Our fan?
got completely mangled in there. See that?
Don't say that.
See that one's missing?
Is it because of the wood
I think it was when it got clogged.
So the fan's not spinning and it's sparking. What if you grease it up?
The fan is spinning.
Oh,
It's just, it's missing like
a few blades.
1, 2, 3 out of the 6 blades, which
Oh,
it's not that big of a deal, I don't think.
no, not a big deal.
Okay.
You're trying to see what exactly is sparking?
We've never had a rigid tool fail on us. Ever.
I would contact them about this one.
What are you gonna say?
Lifetime warranty. This is only under 2 years old.
Yeah, but you gotta register, right, when you buy it. Fortunately, I didn't do that. All right, let's see if we got any sparking. We're gonna have to grab our headlamps or something pretty soon too, huh? Unfortunately, this is taking longer than I thought.
So we'll bring all the tools in first. And then, do you bring the tractor in before the truck? Yeah.
We can let the truck out for the next 2 days.
Okay.
It's on your way. Right behind you.
Oh, now you're good. All right, well, we finally finished up out there. That was a pretty typical day on the planer. We had some sparks being thrown. Eric figured that out, and then we did a piece with a lot of knots, and it just like messed up the blades. Eric had to immediately switch them to the other side after he just changed them. We're inside now, and we figured we're going to stain our pieces of wood, let it dry overnight, and we really like log oil. This is something new I'm trying. It's an interior low gloss. I don't think it's oil. It's not oil at all. I don't even know if it's like a water-based solution, but it's really weird. It's for interior though, so minimal like UV protection. Probably not even that good of water protection, but I wanted to try this since it's in the seed room and I was going for something that wouldn't be so, you know, strong as far as like odor, things like that. We're calling it a little close with materials. I think we have enough boards for the interior. We're not really sure if we have enough of this, so Eric's suggestion was to just do the ceiling boards because it's really difficult to paint, you know, vertically. And that way, if we run out, we can just do the walls at a later date. How long do you think this is gonna take us? Ooh, why am I so tired today? It says unique water-based formula, retards surface mildew growth, water repellent, so it is a little water. You know how many pieces of wood we've got? We've never seen marks like that, ever.
I know.
This is sort of weird. This solution is going really far.
Yeah.
Like, this, the full length, was it 111? It was meant to. Would you say that's level or a little lower? What about there? Oh, it's hitting the concrete on the bottom.
Is that what it is, Kim?
Yeah,
7.
that's what I do, and if it doesn't fit, we'll figure it out. We perfect that. You're liking that? So the gap gets a hair bigger. It's not much. It's pretty much 2.5 up there. All right, we seem to have a system down. We're doing the interior siding now. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? It's a little bit difficult to tell which side we coated, so Eric's drawing a line on the back of the board, that way we don't get confused. And I'm just calling out the measurements to him. We're gonna do both side walls first, then work on this one with the most windows, work our way, up to the ceiling.
See the backs?
I saw the backs, thank you. I don't think I need an 8. I just measured it again, it was 7 7/8.
Dang it, that's actually almost completely level.
I see that's not bad, huh?
So you want one a little closer to 8.
Okay, crap.
Is it?
Gosh, gotta be careful not to hit man.
Okay, what's the second one?
4 1/4. 4 1/8.
Well, we're getting at it today. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a late start. It's about 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and we're working on the south wall. Some of the harder parts are notching these 1x6s around the windows. We got the bottom one in, took a few tries. This is the top one. Let's see how we did.
I hope she works for you. She looks about right. Can I hit it in with a hammer? I wonder if we could do what you did that day with that one, with the shiplap. Measure out that. 𝐻𝐸𝐬𝐷𝐷𝐷. Looks good.
Okay. Let's play games. We're using our finishing nailer to help us out on this project. It's working awesome. This is a 15 gauge. We're trying to keep all of our nail heads aligned. So like, where we start on a stud, we're just gonna continue up that stud so it looks nice and clean. This wall's done. I think it was probably the hardest one because it had 2 windows and it had this side angle. We're gonna shoot over and get this wall. That one should be a little easier, but use more wood because it's only got one window. But let's move the scaffolding and let's check out this wall, see how it looks.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm getting hungry. This is gonna be too nice to be a cedar, I'm telling you that right now. You would agree?
What should it be then?
A hot tub room. Yeah, there you go.
Can you do in between 58 and 3/4 and 7/8, the bar in between them?
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are you okay?
Okay.
Good job. Gosh, it's really bored.
Oh, look at it. I wish they could all fit that easily. You know what we got in there? Yep. Set her at 57. Look at how nice that looks.
I'm pretty sure mine will go up. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine will go up, but I didn't want to do it if.
You need to tap it in with a hammer?
Oh, it's mine's gonna clear. Steam has run out of the ship. Okay.
What's that?
3 5/8.
We gotta go
They were
3
all different.
and 5/8. Let's go. Getting things started off right this morning, and if you aren't making Dutch babies for breakfast, you're totally missing out. My favorite thing about these is it uses a lot of eggs. So we're gonna do 4 eggs, 2/3 of a cup of milk, 2/3 a cup of flour, sugar, salt, and vanilla. We've got the oven preheating to 425, and while we're doing that, we're gonna take our skillet that we're gonna cook it in, throw a chunk of butter in there, get it nice and hot and melted. Look at that thing.
She's beautiful.
Awesome meal. We'd also like to make these camping, and Arielle discovered a new way of topping them. So this is kefir cheese, so kind of like cream cheese or ricotta cheese. And then we add some of our jelly in here. This is blueberry rose. You mix it all together. It honestly just tastes like a really good yogurt. And then to sweeten it up, we're gonna top it with some spruce tip syrup.
Did you get your switcher out? Like maybe I can hold this down for you. If the bow is.
Check my gap set pretty good. Check it out, guys. It's going good out here this morning, and it's looking awesome. We are on our last strip of the wall siding. Pretty excited to get this far. And this top piece, it's not going to use a full board. It's only using a board that's 2.5 inches long, and then we got to go, the span of 20 feet. So let's check out the new tool we're going to use to cut this piece. We finally picked up a table saw. We thought we were going to use it a little more in this project, but I guess luckily we haven't had to use it too much. This is the rigid one. We went with this one because rigid had served us pretty well in the past, and it was the cheaper one to get at the time. So these come in handy for like getting long straight cuts. Instead of using like the handsaw, the little circular saw we have, we're going to use this one. We're going to set the guide here on the side to our 2.5 inches, which is exactly right there. We're going to clamp it down, and then the way these work is you got a circular saw blade in the center, and you want to push it against the guide to keep it straight, and you just push it across the table. See how it works. because of this piece right here. Pushed in. Maybe we should have bought the more expensive one, huh?
Oh, is that what happened?
Seems like the blade's loose, yeah. Completely loose.
Oh, it just got loosened, huh? Because the guide probably dug in and it was trying to, like, you know. We're moving on to electrical, which is very exciting before we can do the ceiling because the lights in here suck. So we just have two like little lights and they've just, it's horrible. On a cloudy day like today, it's gonna be dark in like an hour and we're not gonna be able to see very well. So it's been working on this project difficult. And something I've wanted to do for a while now is just kind of even out this window framing. The theme of this is that we're using the sawmill lumber and it's not all perfect. That reflects in the wood itself, right? So some of these don't line up perfectly. Some of them do, which is nice. We're just barely hitting those with the sander. Eric's helping me kind of plane other ones that were unlevel if there was a pretty big discrepancy, and then we're just gonna hit them again with the sander and make it nice and pretty and smooth.
We've decided on 6 lights in the ceiling and 5 outlet boxes throughout the room. And up in that corner is where we're gonna drill our hole to tap into the utility room where our breaker box is.
Good.
All right, see how much slack we give ourselves. Got it?
Oh, she's stiff.
Here's how it's gonna work. We have power coming out, which is going to be this one right here, and that's gonna go to an outlet box. And then from that outlet box, we're gonna continue to all the other ones. So this one goes up, around, pops down to where the next one's gonna be, back, one more there, one more here. Let's cut that one real quick. And then the ending one will come over and we'll have one more outlet box right in this vicinity right here. Next part might get a little bit tricky. We're gonna be doing some really cool lights in the ceiling. Let me give you a little preview shot of what those are gonna look like. Here we go. Something like that up on the ceiling. I've pre-wired this one in so we could kind of test it out and see what it's gonna look like. We originally were gonna put 4 in here, but we're gonna do 6. We don't want it to be not bright enough in here. For some reason, I don't know what it is, with winter in Alaska, it's just hard to get enough light. And these ceiling lights are really cool. They're energy efficient, so I think they only use it was like 11 or 15 watts of power per light, which isn't bad at all, and they're inexpensive too. I think these were about 15 bucks each. You can also change the, what is it called? The K? What'd you say?
The color?
The color, I guess. This is on 5,000 K right now, and it goes all the way down to 2700. So you can see it start to change color when I hit this switch. Oranger. There we go, that's real orange, and then that's bright white. Probably gonna leave it on the bright white setting. I think we like that one. So this is a little more technical. We're gonna actually put in the junction boxes where these are gonna go. So we'll have to do some measuring in this corner.
Yeah, we're gonna need 6 in here, hon.
So.
Are you even taking any?
I'm filming a video. Go through here. Alright, I need one more staple. Unfortunately, I gotta look where I'm hammering sometimes. Hey, I gave you the opportunity to do this one. You said no.
Do you think we're over capacity?
No. I know, we right in the hot tub that's right there that we could put in. Or we could just come here and look at your plants, either way, right? It may look like a mess in here with all these wires all over the place, but I assure you they're going to be hidden and we'll hopefully never have to look at them again. So the way this works is it starts over here in the corner again. The lights are going to be on their own circuit, separate from the outlets. So they come in, and this time it heads this way, back behind the shelf. And we've got these labeled because I need to know. So this is power to switch. And that's going to be coming from a 20 amp breaker over in the utility room, and that's the power. And then it's going to go to a switch that's going to turn the lights on and off. That's this one right here. And it's the same as the outlets. It just goes to one light, to the next, to the next, to the next, and then ends on the 6th one over there. Getting excited for this one. It's starting to come together. I'm really happy that we're going to have nice bright lights in here. Unfortunately, we were hoping to get some more done today, but we're calling it quits for the night. We'll pick up again tomorrow with the ceiling. We got everything where we need it. This morning we're working on getting the first board up on our ceiling, which I'm hoping is going to be the most difficult one to cut, and everything will go up easy for us. We're going to use this tool. I don't know what it's called, but it gives you the angle, and we're going to cut an angle lengthwise in this first board. That way when it meets this ceiling here in the wall, it looks flush. So I'm going to go like this, and then we're just going to put it up against the rafter, right like that. It says 100 degrees, so I think I would take the 90-degree angle, and that's 10 degrees. So I think we need to cut a 10-degree angle on the table saw. The other day we were having a little bit of trouble with it. Turns out the blade was loose. We tightened it up. Let's see how she's cutting today. It's a pretty slight angle. And then we'll flip it up like that. Boom! She's on level, huh? Yeah, look at that. It's perfect, right?
Oh, you couldn't get the drill to go all the way back?
The drill won't fit in there against the wall that tight. Okay. Okay, I'm sufficient on my end. Going pretty swell in here. Well, it's slow going, but it looks amazing. The roof is just gonna completely change this place. We're a third of the way up, and we've just punched through where our lights are gonna go. The good thing about the lights is, yes, we did put the hole right here, but there's gonna be some wiggle room with them when we mount them, so we can get them absolutely perfect. Let's keep working our way up.
We only have so many of these pieces for the ceiling, so we're trying to utilize some small pieces, like this one. Whoa, real straight, huh?
Good.
Yeah, that's a really straight one. You want to mark it with a pencil? Other way. Behind me.
Yeah. No, I can see it.
Me too? Or no?
I'm gonna go right here because I can see the wire. Go right here. Oh, yeah, don't touch it.
You scared me. Over there.
You might even move your ladder back towards you. Towards the wall. See if she gets.
Well, we came close, but we fell short just a few boards, so we're gonna just see what we can manage to get up there. I know we're definitely need at least like 2 to 3 more boards, which we don't have at all. They're out in the snow. We've got to plane them and get them ready. It's 7 o'clock at night. This is taking us just a crazy amount longer than we anticipated. We even overestimated boards and we're still short. We've been working on this for like a week and a half straight. So I'm ready for it to be over.
This rafter sits a little lower right there.
Oh, I'd buzz it with the planer. It looks amazing in here. We got cleaned up yesterday. Eric like totally cleaned the shop while I was doing some finishing touches in the seed room. We both actually were doing those finishing touches, and it's not quite done. We still have to do the lights. We're gonna be calling it, not quits, we're just taking a temporary break from it, at least for a few days, and then we're gonna get right back in there. It's nice to have everything cleaned up out of here. We're slowly but surely getting these projects done, so the materials in the shop are now like, you know, dwindling down. Let's check out the seed room. So this is her. It's pretty magnificent. We were both very thrilled when we got that last piece of ceiling board up. It is so just like clean and pretty and basic. We did have to rip off a piece of trim that we put up before the last ceiling board. We thought it was gonna work. Turns out it didn't. We had to get the ceiling boards all the way up, and then we added some trim around the cookie wall and just down the walls like 2/3 of the way before you hit the concrete blocks. So that looks wonderful. We did decide to leave the windows very basic themselves. We were never going to do trim, but we did talk about it, and I really like the way it looks. It has a little bit of like a unfinished look to it because it's just the framing, so you know we don't have that trim or the trim that you'll find around windows usually. I don't think that's gonna be an issue at all not putting that, since I believe it's mainly decorative and we like the way it looks right now. It has some imperfections, super cool because we were the ones who built it and put it together, so I personally really like to look and see like little things where something happened or was kind of a pain in the butt. There's some awesome wood pieces in here. You know, when you're actually working with each wood piece, you can see the colors, and there's some really cool like bug or markings. I don't know, it looks like a little computer went along and put a little etching on a few of the planks. I've never seen that before. We did try to put a lot of the colorful pieces down lower because you're not really gonna like turn up and look at the ceiling, although the ceiling does look really cool too. I did get some of that Outlast like interior coating on the framing. We didn't put them on when we actually put those boards in, so I needed to go around and get that on there. It wasn't too hard, and that coating itself, you really can like barely see it. It almost looks like the bare wood or the raw wood. So I don't know if over time we are going to see some changes in here. I wouldn't be surprised if the wood yellows a little bit more. It is spruce, so we found when it's like outside in the sun, it definitely gets super gold. There may be some changes with the mortar wall, and that's kind of the beauty of it. I wanted it to be this like spectacular masonry wall, and it's just probably going to evolve and change a little bit over time. This room turned out awesome, and I'm really excited to use it this season. We do have some more things to do. Like I said, the lights, you can see the wire hanging down, but we've been starting seeds indoors for 5 years. Here, we took a year off from gardening. So to have a space where I can just like fully be devoted to just seeds everywhere is going to be really incredible. We hope you enjoyed the process so far, and there will be more to come.